something today on the market that I really don't like it, and I'm going to mention to you. I mean, as of right now, what we are is that we believe that the move in the dollar can be either a diagonal or a three-way, a corrective move, going higher as a corrective move. That's what we see on the dollar. Now, the euro, same scenario. If we take a euro, nothing has happened in the euro today that I wasn't expecting, to be honest with you guys. Nothing has happened in the market that we weren't expecting. If you read the overview, this is exactly what we were calling since Sunday. This is the most likely scenario. This is the most likely scenario that we see on the euro. Now, the question is, if this low related with the whole move right here, and then we're going to see a higher euro. That's why I want to buy the C way back. Why? Because if you guys see, you can label this A, B, C, W, S, and then you can label this is A, B, and a C. That's one way. Another way to see it is like this, like we have it before, that we have. Let me see, W, S, and this is Y. And then if this is Y, then we're gonna get higher. I keep saying for the week that I see a bullish euro index. This is what it is. I think it's gonna happen. The euro dollar is the most favoring trade pair in the world. I mean, in other words, there is value on there. When they switch inside, most of the times happen like this because there's still people selling. That's why the euro dollar always came out from the lows like in a nesting or leading diagonal until everyone agree one side, boom, and that happens. So in the euro, most likely either this is scenario or this is scenario. You mean to the downside? Yeah, most likely, yeah. But I'm going to show you something about it. So these are my two favorite accounts on the euro. It's one or the other. If this is a whole move, then we should see 143 again. Or even 145, believe it or not. If this is a whole move. If this is the other one, we're going to see 39.40. That's as simple as it is. Now, for the dollar, and I don't believe in the news, guys. That's why because many can say how these guys can say that this is going to go that high. I don't care. I've seen it before. I don't believe in the news. Now, for the dollar, this is what we present on Sunday. We were expecting this drop. We knew all over that we were chasing a wave 505. And we've been saying it one after the other. This is a 505. Be careful. You should know what you're doing. This is a 505. Now, this is the most bullish of the scenario for the dollar. When we're expecting this bounce in 3 now, in 4, that should take the dollar to minimum around, I would say, 77, 76 and a half. Now, but that can be the case like we present, because remember, guys, all we have in the dollar is 1, 2, 3. And remember, we have a scenario in the dollar when this is a triangle S-way, and for your knowledge that we explained on the video, from here, from here, the high is the 618 to the pit. So if that's the case, this is WSY, cents and euro. And then what's going to happen is 1, 2, 3, and possible higher. Or a leading diagonal, something like it's going to come here. Now, when you see 5 swings from the dollar from the lows, you say, I have a bottom. That's all I can say. Remember, this is a service that has nothing to do with my personal view. My personal view is that we most likely have a bottom, but it's not confirmed until you see it. How do you see it? With 5 waves from the lows. Do I recommend sell the dollar at this stage? I'm sorry, buy the dollar at this stage? Absolutely no. I mean, that we are in the long dollar trade? Yes. Long cat. Why? Because we are playing the metals, and the metal lose to have more downside. But the long cat is about break even, so it's not that bad. And I like the structure on the cat. I'm kind of more worried about the Aussie. I would rather gonna close the Aussie and leave the cat. But like I say, it's dangerous. Now the trend switch against the dollar. I can see it, and I've been saying it since Sunday. Technically since last week. But we're most favoring since Sunday. Now, that's about the euro, the index. I know you guys, we did the video today. You guys should know where we stand. Now, this is the euro index. We mentioned last night that he was testing a bearish trend line here. He broke about at it. And guess what, guys? We've been saying since last week that we see minimum 109 trader being traded in this pair. That's exactly what I've been saying. And guys, for all you guys that are new for trading, there is nothing in this world outside the combination of Elliott Wave and market correlation. I mean, Elliott Wave and market correlation. The only reason that we believe that we are most right and wrong is because we use those two. This is a bullish structure that calling for, and we knew that all over. Now that you chase a wave 5, yeah, sometimes possible. That move call for a move like we've been saying around 109.45, but can extend to 111. So that's very risky. Rafi, I'm waiting for around the entry around 99.10. I'm gonna cover it right now. Give me 1 second. I'm gonna go there before you guys asking. So I've been saying that. I got a recording that for me this is bullish. Don't listen to the news. The news more they're wrong. Do you know what they're saying today? That the market is there for recovery. And on Friday they were saying that the war is coming to the end. The same people there. So that's my point. No, our entry is 99.15, I believe. So that's for the euro and for the index. Now let's move on to the CAD pretty fast right here. Again, what we have on the CAD so far, we got this. We got 1, 2, 1, 2. Most likely, we got the 3 already, like we mentioned the other day. And that's why our entry, it took so long for me to decide to activate it. The reason being is because I knew what I was playing with a trade. That's why I have one entry almost on the market right now. And if this count is correct, the CAD should bounce from 101.50. And then it should trade higher it should trade higher. Now, I want to point you guys out that all you got from the lows, there are three ways. Exactly. So you cannot call this a bottom yet on the cap. To get, for the new guys there, where you, to call a bottom, you need to see this. And then you can call a bottom. Why? Because you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So you should know what you're doing. Like I say, there's nothing writing that say that the dollar is a bottom until you see 5 waves from the move. Now you are what it looks to be ending an equal leg. Right there. You're always gonna get a bounce at the equal legs. Always. So if the guy is gonna make the case, if we put here if we put that these are the daily candles. If we put the daily candles from the lows, I see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 swings. I need a 6 and a 7 sack if this is gonna be a three-way move. You know what I mean? You don't see a 6 and a 7 because what you have right here, I don't think it's this wave 5. It was more the inside wave 5. Now, if it's gonna end with a three-way move, that's why our limit is around the 105 area. Because I was contemplating that scenario too. Now, if you go a little more on the CAD, this is what I mean. If you go a little more on the CAD, this is what I mean. What I mean is that if you notice here, you got a 1, a 2, a 3, a 4, and a 5, and not only that, if you use, yeah, I know you do. If you take this, it's the 2618 at the top, which telling me that this is the counting place, and it looks like it did a triangle to the 23.6 and the 1.236 at the top. Right there. It's at the 1.236 right there, I believe. Now, technically, I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then I got this move going to the 2%. That's why I'm buying it. Because I believe that no matter the risk can be on, the cat still can make a new high. And then if risk is going to be stronger, then cat is going to do a three-way and get him back in some position. You guys understand the thinking of the trade, right? That's the thinking of the trade. Yeah, cat like to do his own thing sometimes, and I agree with it. Now, on the short time frame, I really do like it. I say 5 here, 3 backs, and remember that yesterday we canceled the first entry, and with entry about 30 picks lower, 20, I don't remember. The reason being is this, guys. If you go to the 50-minute chart, there was a nest right here. Let me open it for you guys so you guys understand what it means. You see, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Now, it looks like it did 3, 4, 5. This is a swing. And then you got 1, 2, 3, 4. And maybe This is a 5. I say maybe, or from there, it ended the 5 right here. And then you got this swing that started here, ending right here. And then you got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then the move ended a 3-way. Let me point it out that this is the 23.6 right there by the pig. That this is the 38.02 there by the pit, and like this is around the 23.6 right there. There is another scenario. So it's as far, I'll be honest with you guys, this is the way I trade. As far as I can know what the pair is doing, I don't care being negative 20 to 40, not even 100 pips. As far as I know what the pair is doing, because I can play with the position. Now, having said that, the 1.618 of here is almost here on the lows. So, can be done. This is going to be 3 ways. This is a 3-way move right there to the lows. We got a little divergence there. The divergence is the one that you got in the 3rd way. If you go higher time frame, there is no divergence, as you guys see. So, technically speaking, we're spreading a bounce. Our position is right here, 102. So we are 18 picks on the red. So technically speaking, I know that I'm within the wave 4 reach, so I'm not worried about it. You guys know what I mean now, right? The new guys, you guys know what I mean. That's how, yeah, because you didn't add on the second one. Rafi, you didn't add on the second one. That's why we are subdividing the entries. Because in that way, always going to give you, to be honest with you, we can lose a trade like this. I don't say no. But with that subdivision of the entries, it's very hard to lose a trade if you know what you're doing with Elliott Wave, because you always can defend yourself. Exactly, because you didn't add on the 99.40 entry. You follow me? On the CAD, our first entry was here at 27. We were positive last night around 50 picks, and then it came down. Exactly. I would rather, if I was you, I would rather add in the CAD. I have a better idea about how the CAD is doing. So we entered the first entry here, and our second entry was right here. So an average is around here. We're good. We're good in the CAD. The worst can happen to us is that it gets into the wave 4 WSY structure, and then I will know that in a bit, and then it trade around 103 and you made some profit at it. I like the CAD trade. I gotta be honest with you guys, more than I do with the Aussie. In the short time frame, it's possible still, yeah. In the short time frame, it's possible still another low coming, or it's possible that we are ready in the wave 4. If we are in the wave 4, I will know, and then the CAD will look for an area around 102.10, 102.40, which is the 2 previous 4, this one or this one. And then it's going to turn correctly there, and then the CAD is going to make a new low, and then it's going to get back. There's nothing more than that. It's not nesting. In my opinion, it's not nesting. At this stage, it's not nesting. Now, the Aussie is a different animal, and I'm going to tell you why. Let's start with the Aussie on the dailies, even though we published all over, we've been labeling this like this: A, B, Z, or 1, 2, 3. Now, the extension was negated here. That should be a heck of the area, the 1.618 or 1, 2, 3 or ABC, yeah. 10160, exactly. I think that exactly. Let me tell you something, Rafi, about this. Elliott Wave, there is no way that you can predict 100% what's going to happen 7 days ahead. But Elliott Waves give you something that no indicator or nothing give you in this market. First, a defined risk. Second, an opinion of what's happening, and it's gonna let you know if you're right or if you're wrong, if you know what you're doing. Now, no any indicator. No, I tell you the truth. I tell you the truth. And I'm this type of person, Rafi. I know how to correct myself as a trader, as a person. And I tell you something, my good friend. Sometimes it's very hard a forecasting business. And sometimes you gotta go like one of a good trader that is here now, Zach, sometimes told me, you gotta go with your first count. Now, if you guys remember last Wednesday seminar that took 3 hours, I was against the nest on the Aussie. Of course, I don't justifying anything right now. A wave 5 extended is one of the hardest things to predict in the Elliott Wave world. The same with the nesting, very hard. I was 100% convinced the other day buying the C-Wave here that I was on the right side of the market. The same last night, I was 100%. Last night was very iffy. But on Monday, I was 100% that the Aussie wouldn't stand to the downside. Now, let me show you something about Aussie. It came back from the equal legs to the pit right there. So, it can be 103, it can be ABCW, or it can be in last, I want to say last alternative, a wave 4, this wave 4. That's going to be the last one on the park. For me, it's either nesting or like we explained the other day that when we say that the decline do not need to be a 5 waves. That's something that many traders make mistake about it. Many traders, all they want is fives. It's not always like that. Now, this is a strong bounce from the equal legs. Now, still can be the wave 3. Nothing I say no. Depends. Ryan is asking if the wave 4 is going to support Gore. Gore is being very tricky, my friend. Gore was trading about 2 weeks ago in tandem, in other way, in the same side as the dollar. Now it's playing contrarian. Who knows? I still gonna keep my bias, which is lowest metal. I see oil to 20, S&P to 550, and I see gold higher. But gold higher is based in the risk aversion safe haven type of trade, if you follow me. Now, Cooper is telling also lower, but Cooper also is dropping correctly like oil does. Exactly. Exactly. Somebody mentioned today about 400 picks or 300 picks. Me too. I like short Aussie rather than buy. But if you see this low being negated, you gotta go with it with discount. The one that we present this morning, going in three-way higher and then lower. If you take a look at Aussie, exactly, that's a good point. If you take a look at the Aussie on the weekly chart, it's coming out of the two equal legs. It's coming after doing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. For me, this wave 5 is over, in my humble opinion. Now, Aussie needs to get to 79, 72 on extension 63 or 62, but do not need to be a five-way move. It won't be a five-way move. Aussie can come, like we've been saying also, in a three-way move. Can do something like the euro. It can do that. Who say no? You guys need to keep that in mind. Not everything is in a straight line to the downside. And that's why most people like. That's what most retail trader likes. If you don't understand the Elliott Wave principle, pretty good. That's what many people think is going to happen every time. Now, talking about it, also mentioned on the weekend, it was Dispel. That's the New Zealand. Why do I say about, if you guys remember, and Isa is going to remember this, you guys, we took a short in New Zealand around 84, I believe. Our limit was 76. Yes or no? Remember, guys? That's what happened. It tricked us. We make about 160 picks out of it, but we left about 1,000 picks on the table. Sometimes happen. No, I mean, if we have the Holy Grail, I don't need a service, guys. If I can, what you mean wave D? Pound. Yeah, 1 second. I mean, if we have a Holy Grail right here and we can predict everything that happened, every move, I'll be honest with you. I probably living in Bahamas. I don't know, trading $100,000 account and making $100,000 a month. Exactly. Now, no, Baradero, my friend. You've been there. You know what I'm talking about. So most of the times, like Isa is saying there, I mean, the thing is that the market, I want you guys to understand this. The market is an animal that is moving 24/7. And then what's happening is that as a human being, you create opinions, you create ideas, and you're switching counts here and there. And sometimes you're right, sometimes you're good. Sometimes the change that you make on the counts, they are for good. Sometimes they are for bad. But at the end of the day, that's why we keep saying, me and James, the same things. No bias. You have to read the ways. So getting back to this is playing out pretty good so far, but doesn't say that this is going to happen. He can deny the high, but eventually this is still in place. It can deny the high. Now, anything can happen. So, like I say, and the point being is this. You need to understand, guys, that nobody can predict 100% the market. And that's why we have different time frames, and that's why we have market correlation. But something for sure that works is the market correlation. And we have a ratio about 85 correct times on the charge. So Sometimes charts are good, sometimes they're not. So, but something I would say this: risk is bouncing and it's bouncing hard. Now, the other one that I want to cover is Aussie in the short time frame as a request of a frame here. In the short time frame, let me put the candles and let me show you what I see. All I care now, guys, about Aussie is about this part right here. And what I see in Aussie is possible this. One, a flat 2, or B, whatever we want to call it, to the 618 there by the pit. And then from here, I got A, B, or 1, 2. Now, from there, what you got? A 1, a 2, a 3 at the 618 right there. And then a 4, and then it looks like maybe we get another high. Maybe we get another high when we got like an extended wave. Then you see right there, that's very possible that we can have 1, 2, 1, 2, and then we can have maybe one more high, something like that. Seeing and the cat, I would rather go with 1, 2, I know 3, 4, and we ending wave 5 also as an extended 5 or 5, something like that. Now, if we take a look at the Fibos from here, this was the 618, and maybe Aussie is looking for 99, for 99.99 to end that level. But this is telling me, this sharpness is telling me there's been seller all over. Now, can be the case also from here, I can see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 swing. Yeah, wave 3 from the lows. Yeah, that's what I'm saying, Ravi. 1, 2, and we are in 3 or C. Yeah. Now, in the 1 minute chart, let me see. It looks like it did 5 from the top. Yeah, 3 ways. Yeah, for sure it's a 3-way move. And this looks corrective. Let's see in Aussie, because I don't like Aussie, to be honest with you, allow right now. Let's see if we can get an equal leg from the lows. And that's what I say, that we should see a move. It bounced from the 14 area. We can see a move to 99 or even 99.63 in some degrees. I know that all we got from the lows is a 3-way move. It's very tricky here. It's very tricky here. So, like I say, extended wave 5s are the hardest animal in the Elliott Wave forecast because it tricks you with the RSI. It tricks you out. Even for us, it's very hard. An extended 5. Because you're going to see the divergence happening, and then the extended 5 erase the divergence. That happens many, many times in this market. So, any question, guys, about any pair? Pound, I think Mr. Rafi is in the same boat. I mean, in the 4-hour, it's still within the reach of wave 4, but I mean, It's still within the reach. No even has now. If it pass about 57.47, most likely it's down. I would say this: it can be possible. One more low, I won't be a seller. That's all I can say at this stage. I mean, look, there is no divergency, but who say there needs to be divergency? You're expecting a corrective move, so you don't need divergency. This is what you mean nested. To the upside, yeah, easily. No, in the divergency move, you don't get three ways to not give you divergency. So technically speaking, this is the, yes. Technically speaking, exactly. Exactly. That's the whole thing, Rafi. That's correct. If we go a little bit higher in time frame, so you guys can see, let me take the labels out for a second. This is a D-way move in cable. There was a three-way here, and you're only gonna get five ways here if it was a flat. Otherwise, you won't get five ways here. You need a three, like we've been saying. Now, in the flat, you should get the fifth way that everyone was expecting, including me. Now, if it was A, B, Z, W, S, guess what, my good friend? This is a three-way move. I found a way to count it because if there, you can count as a three-way if you want. I would say that it counts much better as a three than as a five in some degrees. But also, it's very telling that right here, the low is around the 2618. There is nothing has negated yet the view that can be a five-way move. Nothing. So only that this is getting too vertical to be a wave 4. Sometimes wave 4 happens to be like that. Nothing say no. From the lows, let's wait for the dollar 1 second. Cable always give me the low, the I don't know why the data is always so slow in cable. I don't know why. From the lows, I see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 possible, 3 backs. If it's nesting, it's as ugly as the same way. Do not need to be nesting, guys. Do not need to be nesting. Take the 5 ways out of your mind. Do not need to be 5 ways. What you're expecting on the daily is a move now to around 160, 162, and do not need to be 5-way move. Keep saying that. People always look for the 5s. Not always are 5s what you need. It can be W, and then tomorrow you can see it here, and next day can be here, something until we reach your target. Exactly. That's the point. 162 should be the target in cable. If this was the low on the D-way. You guys follow us? So now, any pair, guys, why you say it's too short for the D-way? It's perfect. I don't see nothing wrong. Yeah, that's a good point. Don't reach the 618, but it reached the 50. So what you gonna do? You gonna sell it? Nah, most of the times, but nah, yeah. Previous swings, all it did was 76.4. That's correct. Listen, I've been saying it for the last 5 minutes. Nothing say that that cannot be way 4. Let me ask you now, my good friend Ralphie. Who say that this is not a scenario? Look, I know. And who say that cable cannot do this? A, B, C, A, B, C, A, B, C. Who say no? Who say that that cannot be possible? I want everyone to tell me why not? Why it have to be always the way that we want? You know what I mean? Cable, and this is a three-way, my friend. 1, 2, 3, 1, 1, 2, 3. Cable does a lot of double zigzags. Remember, double zigzag is a three-way. So I would say this. I won't sell it at these current levels. I won't fight the trend. Or technically, I won't fight the bouncing risk that is happening. I will wait and let it. And then if I see around here, I'm going to be a seller. If I see it bouncing incorrectly, I'm going to be a buyer. That's all I can say. I won't fade the move right here. Look at the daily candle. I won't fight that. You know what I mean? So S&P, 1 second, guys. This is what we've been calling and we've been mentioning for a while now. Because I'm going to show you something, guys. This is just me. Don't take my guidelines. Too many nests and no extension. 1, 1, and then 1, 1. It's not like that. I don't think so. I believe that this is the count that the 1258 is going to happen. And that's the bounce and risk that everyone is expecting. Any other question, guys? So for now, I think that this is the most reliable count because now people is going to say, no, it's a flat. It's one, A, B, C, a flat. Yeah. Let's leave it. so to raise the average to 99.40 and get out of there as soon as possible. So technically, people always gonna force the count. I mean, that's why every waiver needs to have a written guidelines. And saying yesterday, I was saying this, I don't like it. Why? And I say even on Sunday, don't get surprised if you guys see the S&P bouncing from, you can check that the recording is there. Say, don't surprise if you see the S&P bouncing from here. Too many nests. Too many nests, guys. That's a trap. Now, this is a bouncing risk. That's all I can tell. That's the risk bounce that we are expecting. 3 ways higher to around 1258, 1296 in a 1-2-1-2. And see what happened. Again, nothing yet have said it's most likely that this is the top on the S&P. There is no 5 ways from the top. It's a temporary top because in this degree you got 5. But all you got from the top is 1, 2, 3. That's why for us as a service it's pretty hard because every one of you guys has a bio. And we try to be neutral. But we don't want to be disrespect when you guys present a question like, now the cable is going to go to 150. We don't want to be rude and say we don't think so. But it's very hard. We don't like to present many alternatives because we can get you confused. But guys, that's why sometimes we always say at the end of every overview, trade smart. That message is no bias. I can be bearish the S&P like I was right here. And saying here when I saw the drop, guess what guys? I know that bearish S&P as I was here. I was bearish until here. But when I saw that it gave a 3-way move here, you gotta take it as it is. Now, let me show you something, 2 new pairs that we put on the service. This is the Norwegian, I believe Kong score, something like that. Look, this pair is based, it looks many times as a euro. Look what it's calling. ABCW, 3 backs right here. This is against the dollar. And then you got the Singapore dollar, which is calling most for the scenario on the dollar, which we can be in the wave for. So now what I see is again 1, 2, 3 waves waiting for possible 26.95 on this pair. And move down here, negate the buyers. Now, Euro Yen. We mentioned it yesterday and we saying yesterday on the video that we believe that the Euro Yen was bullish. That it was a bounce to bounce. Perfect count, guys. Perfect. Right here, look. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. A flat B. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The low, the 618 or 13. What is telling you this is bullish euro. We saying it yesterday on the video. Check the daily technical video from yesterday, and you guys are gonna hear me say that. That's why we took the euro trade at it. Look, 3 waves. Look the divergency. Huge. A, B, and a C waves down. Coming, bounce on the euro yen. After 3 back, this should be a heck of a buy. Any other pair, guys? It can get, I don't know, James, what you think. I don't think it can be as simple as this, man. We can be as clear as this. Think everything there is clear. I mean, if you read the overviews, and I want you guys to follow the site, not only the charts, guys. Follow the overviews, follow the daily technical updates. Those are huge. Those are huge part of the service. Look, on the weekly, okay, I don't know what to say that. You see, like I say, that this is on the weekly. That was on Friday. That the S&P still can be many things. Look at the last 9. What we say here. And even the euro yen is in the final stage of the cycle. We also see a bullish structure on the euro pound. If I was a client, and I go to my daily technical day, and I see on the euro that say ending a cycle, so be ready for a bounce soon, load can be in place, I won't say the euro there. That's what I'm trying. Look at the euro yen, pretty close to a low. That's telling you as a client, guys, we're chasing a wave 505. You know, guys, what I mean? Any question, guys? Any pairs that you want me to explain, even a short time frame count? Cable doing 5 down where? One second. I'm expecting some type of dollar strength pretty soon, and I gotta be honest with you guys. Another thing is this, guys, and let me show you something. And I know that, for example, Isaac, I know he's gonna love this. I'm a believer in the high frequency trading machine, and guess what? This is all we got in cable from the proposed 23.6 of wave 3. That's telling me something. That's telling me something. That's telling me that possible this is the low in either a W or go higher, or the low in D, in my humble opinion. Still, I want to see the 57.56, which is the previous low right here, 4, and it's the 38.06. Now, you say 5 ways and 5 minutes. Let me see. I see as a 3, Reggie. 1, 2, or nesting, either way. 1, 2, 3. But this looks corrective so far. Remember, a nest is nothing more than a 3-way. You know what I mean? A nest, there is nothing more than the 3-way. That negate this and go higher. That's it. Why? No, I won't consider this a wave 4, Reggie. I don't know. I would go more for the next. If it's a top is in place, I would go more with the next. And see what happens. Remember, do not need to be 5 ways. It's a 3 ways to the top right now. Look, you don't have divergency. I can see on the RSI 1, possible 2, and then maybe it's a wave ended here. Because I see divergency on that high right there. And I see that he broke the channel. So maybe this is one of A. And then you got 3 backs. Something like a double zigzag back. Let me see. I think that only went to the 38 or 2. Close to the 50 there. Depends on the broker. And then to the top. I would like to see now how it tests 157.31, because from here 1 2 1 2, realize this, maybe this is 1, or maybe this is a double zigzag, who knows, or maybe this is 1 2 1 2 1 2, too many nests. But it looks, I mean, that's what I say. Nesting always gonna trick you out, because the nest always looks correctly. Not always you're gonna get a clear-cut 5-way swing. Any question, guys? Let me say one thing. Looks like this cycle from here ended here already. You got the higher read right here. Maybe. But I won't sell it. I won't sell it. It can be count 1 2 1 2, yes. 1 2 1 2, and now going higher easily. That's what you mean? Yeah, easily. Don't fight the train, man. And even can have one more. And even can have, Isaac, one more nest on it. If you take a look to the RSI pretty close, you can see that right here you got divergency in this high. So maybe it's 1, a flat 2, 1, a flat 2, I'm sorry, another 2, and then in that way you have 1 nest, 2 nest, 3 nest, I'm sorry, my bad, 1 nest, 2 nest, 3, and now going higher. You can go like this. Okay, guys, no more questions. It's 2:10, an hour already. I mean, that count that he presented, to be honest with you, there is nothing wrong with it. Like I say, nothing has denied yet the way forward that he was proposing. I believe that count is still valid. Now, that doesn't look to be happening, no. But that count, I mean, remember something, guys. When you got data, it's easy to deny what you were seeing yesterday. That count yesterday looks pretty solid, in my opinion. The DV count on cable, it looks pretty good yesterday. Didn't you like it yesterday? Yeah. Right now, because we got the data, we can deny that. Yeah, I agree with you. This looks too vertical. But you can subdivide this also in like this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, A, B, C, W, S, and then you can go A, B, and ending C in a double zigzag. Remember, that's why nesting, they are hard to predict, because until you see the separation, you don't get an idea what the real intention of the market was. Okay, guys, if there is no more question, let's leave it there. Yeah, and we're gonna do the recording and put it in about an hour there. Okay, guys, thank you.